Alright, starting a new set of vlogs here. It's Saturday, April 26th. I've just been having trouble getting back in the swing of things working out. So I'm standing in the garage right now trying to get myself to pick up all these things and swing them around. Had a good dinner with some buddies last night, and then my body just decided today was a day of rest, and I slept 8 hours overnight and then took a 5-hour nap. My body just seems to want to do that like at least once a week, at least 3 hours. My body would probably prefer to do that every other day, but I have to work still. So yeah, I was gonna wrap the Orbea today, but I slept the entire freaking day away. So I am going to work out now, and I'm gonna just set up everything to wrap it tomorrow. I'm taking Ray to get her teeth cleaned super early in the morning, and I'm hoping that will give me a little motivation to get started a little earlier. I'd be shocked if I finished the wrap in one day. It's a total pain in the ass doing a ride wrap, but it's totally worth it too. So got the paint matched pretty close, and I think we'll be good to go there. So I'll check back in with you when I'm wrapping. Well, I'm struggling, man. I did 20 minutes of kettlebells, but I had to lower my weights, and I didn't get to do TRX or dumbbells. I'm just, taking that little bit of time off is punishing. I'm a little worried this summer I'm gonna have to, you might be able to see it up here, an incisional hernia from my liver transplant. And I finally lost enough weight for them to want to fix it. So planning on doing that this summer, since it's, there's less cool riding during the day to be had, because I know they'll keep me off the bike for at least probably 3 weeks, I would assume. And then I'm going to have 3 weeks of not working out. That's going to be just an absolute nightmare to start. So I'll have to keep myself motivated when I get back on it. It's hard enough right now just from a freaking eye injury, but that's life. It's always a struggle. All right, 12:52 on Sunday night. I just went to watch Sinners with Adam, leaving the movie theater parking garage now. It was interesting. I didn't love it. I was hoping for Jordan Peele, and it was more like, I don't know, Disney vampires with a bunch of sex in it. I described it as Twilight meets Ghost Dad. There was some really, really cheesy stuff in it. And it was like 2.5 hours long, which is crazy for kind of just like a Hollywood style vampire movie. I don't know. It could have been better. So, yeah, we got Ray's teeth all clean today. She was still feeling woozy when I left. And I spent most of the day wrapping my Orbea bike, getting the carbon fiber protection on it. And that's a nightmare. If you've ever wrapped a bike, you know what I'm talking about. It's not fun. And I probably got 90% of the front triangle wrapped, which is pretty good. But it probably took 4 hours to do that. Like 6 or 7 pieces of wrap, and I still probably have 8 pieces to go. But a lot of them are tiny now. I got the really big stuff done. So probably, if I'm not dying to ride tomorrow night, I will finish it tomorrow night after work. But yesterday. I was hoping to start it then, and I slept for 5 hours during the day. My body had just had enough, which happens every week or two. I just lay down on a weekend day and the whole day is just gone. It's kind of annoying, but it's how my life is now. So, yeah, not the worst day. Got raised, teeth cleaned, and they juiced me for an extra 140 at Banfield, of course. Got the bike mostly wrapped and got to see a kind of weird movie. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. Back to work. Catch up with you then. Well, I was going to finish wrapping my bike last night, but at the end of the night last night when I was hanging out with Adam, I noticed my ankle was hurting, and I thought it was weird because I hadn't done anything to it besides sit in a movie theater. And then it hit me, of course, that I have gout caused by my medication, and I tend to forget sometimes because the meds work so well to stave it off. So by the time I got home, we had been standing up talking for, I don't know, probably an hour or two, and it was sore, but it wasn't terrible. And the second I sat down in my truck, it really flared up. So it hit me pretty quick, realizing what it was on my way home. And then by the time I got home, I could barely walk on it. So it got a little better overnight, but it's still pretty tender today. So I decided not to finish wrapping my bike tonight and just do some video editing. Super annoying, but there's no rush. I've got kind of a busy, weird week, so no big deal. So we'll check in tomorrow and see how it's doing. All right, it's been a few days of ride wrap hell. I got it finished mostly today. I got every piece on. I'll have to do some little touch-ups, getting some bubbles out and stuff, but it's always a nightmare. I usually miss out on some rides when I'm doing it because it just is so time-consuming. I started Sunday, and it's Wednesday evening now. And then I was trying to switch out the tires on I have the bad back tire on my Yeti, and got these Continental tires. And I got that Tire Monkey. I did a review on it because it was so great when I put a cush core on the front of the Yeti. It literally took me like 2 minutes. And today I tried to put one of these Continentals on, and I couldn't even get one side on after like an hour and a half. Total nightmare. So anyway, I think I'm going to just go on a ride tomorrow anyway and let the Orbea dry up and ride the Yeti. So we're supposed to meet up with our friend David Pajo today. He's playing with Mogwai tonight, but things didn't line up with their load-in schedule and stuff off the bus and tour managers and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to meet Matt and Lillian right now, and then we're going to go over to see him play with Mogwai tonight. I'll try and catch some video. It's Thursday, May Day. Amy couldn't get the day off for the protests today, and I was going to go, but I've just been feeling weird. We went to the show last night. And we didn't get to hang out with David Pajo. That was a bummer. He's been having some health issues, and he texted me and said he was going to meet us after his set. And then I guess he sat down on the bus and woke up and they were on the road. So I totally understand though, because I'm like that often. I have lots of fatigue also. So I'm feeling a little better now. My friend Josh invited me to go ride, and I finished all my work yesterday since we didn't go to lunch, and finished the ride wrap. Just got to change these tires over, but my Yeti's still good to go, and Josh asked me to go on a ride. So I try to take advantage of every time I can ride with a friend, and I'm going to run out and do a ride with him. So I feel a little off. That's a good way to put it, I guess, but I'm hoping that I do all right and can keep up with him. So we'll see how it goes. Oh boy, Saturday night, and I'm gonna do a ride tomorrow morning with Dustin. Kind of an uneventful last couple days, I guess. Yeah, nothing real special. The Orbea is ride wrapped. I've been trying to switch the tires over to these Continental Cryptotol downhill casings, and they're the stiffest casings I've ever encountered, especially with the cush core under there. I've broken, let's see, cush core bead bro. I snapped it off. This just holds the tire so it doesn't pop out of one side while you're wrenching the rest of it on. And I think I figured out the trick to them, but tonight I snapped a steel core tire lever. You know, the unbreakable ones. They break. So I'm giving up for now. I got the Yeti I figured out the creaking from my ride the other day in the saddle when I went to put the bike on the racket. The saddle was mobile. I tightened it on the trail even. I guess I just didn't crank it down super hard at home. I didn't want to crank it over torque it out on the trail, but man, it was, literally sliding back and forth on the rails. So fix that. I put this rubber bash guard on the bottom that I've had forever and I've never used, and I think that'd be cool. You can kind of see it there. And I hit a rock super hard the other day, and I had been thinking about putting this on literally the day before, and I didn't do it, and I was like, oh, idiot. So I did that and re-waxed the chain. It was making a bunch of noise at the end of the ride the other night, and that seems to have been the problem there. So yeah, all I have left to do to get the frickin' Orbea done is now I'm probably gonna have to retape the rims, because what I didn't just mention is that I nicked the rim tape getting the tire on. So I'm probably gonna have to retape that rim, which freaking sucks. It's the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I'm gonna tape the cranks just to keep them a little nicer. Put some mastic tape on the rear triangle, clean up the motor case a bit, and put the bash guard back on it. So then it'll be ready to ride. Right when it's gonna get really, really hot. I'm sure it's supposed to be 100 by Friday, but it's gonna be 72 for a high tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a great day to ride. I'm riding with Dustin in the morning if he shows. He said he's on call, so we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, just an awesome morning. We Dustin and I rode out at the McDowell Mountains. We did Escondido Trail, the Escondido Pemberton Chamo loop, and it was just perfect weather beyond some wind, and wind, whatever, we can deal with some wind. You can probably hear it right now. Storm is moving in tonight. Hopefully it'll rain. But it was just so nice. We didn't want to go home, and we sat on the tailgate for, I don't know, hour and a half or so. Just awesome. I could have stayed there all day. So beautiful out. So that was a much needed ride. I can't remember if I really talked about the ride I did on Thursday with Josh on here, but he had a flat, and he didn't have a pump, and I had just turned back from this pretty technical section that I'd just completed, rode back to where we were going to meet, and he texted me and said he needed me to come back with the pump, and I had turned around because I was getting tired, and it's pretty chunky out there. My knees were getting sore, so I've been hobbling around the last few days in knee braces and pretty sore, and this ride was perfect. Just very cross country. There's nothing even really mildly technical on Escondido. So and they took out actually some of the chunk. They graded it, which kind of sucks, but it just made for a good and easy ride today for me, though. And Dustin's still just kind of getting back into riding, so it was good for him too. But we had a great day. I'm giving up. I can't get this one to take air. I've taken it on and off multiple times. It won't hold air. They won't even take any air on. The only thing I can think is that I nicked the rim tape some, but it's right on the edge, so that shouldn't stop it, but it won't even come out of the channel. So I'm taking it to the shop and see if they can help me. But then I'm heading to consultation to get this hernia removed from my my liver transplant. It never healed together right, so they're going to talk to me today about fixing that. Should be real exciting. Alright, just ran out to pick up something to eat. Totally out of food. And needed something cheap because eBay and Etsy sales have been pretty bad the last couple weeks. So I came to this place, Clockwork Pizza, that makes almost Little Caesars price pizzas. But it's real pizza, so that's cool. So I went to the surgeons today at the hospital to talk about my hernia, and they're willing to do the operation. I guess it's kind of intense. Spent a couple days in hospital. They said I could ride my bike really quick after, but no lifting of more than 20 pounds for 2 weeks. So my e-bike's 50 pounds. And I have to get it on the rack, so that's not happening. Plus, I was like, yeah, what if I fall? They're like, yeah, you have to protect your core. So it's going to be a couple weeks off this summer, which sucks, but I need to get this fixed. They said it's a massive hernia. And then I took my wheel to Amigos, and they instantly just popped it right on the rim. They had a special chuck that they showed me that will get it on really quick. So next time I have money, I'm probably gonna order that chuck. It's not real expensive, but I mean, it literally popped on the second he put it on there, and I spent hours trying to get it to work. So yeah, gonna head home, eat some pizza that I'll probably feel guilty about, and call it a day. Gonna go on a ride tomorrow. It's Thursday, May 8th. I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. Wasn't too exciting of a couple weeks, but it was mostly me working on my Orbea bike and getting it wrapped and trying to get these nightmare tires on. I had to go to Amigos to get help because I was just over it, and just had them retape the rim for me. Nothing big. They were super helpful since I just bought the bike from them and stuff, and I was swapping tires, and they're a very helpful shop in general. So I can get my garage back to normal now too. It's pure chaos right now, But yeah, we got it wrapped. I'm not real happy with the job I did. There's a ton of mud on there because I rode in the rain yesterday, but there's a lot of bubbles that hopefully will go away. But we got this camo tape on the top, Continentals on it, Cryptotals, and it rode great yesterday. So I think it's ready to go. Oh, I am putting the bash guard back on the bottom, but other than that, it's done, as is this boring vlog. So I'm going to hit the grocery store and do some editing and finally get back to being a little more productive of a content creator. So yeah, that's about it for now. Catch you soon.